Chicago Bears fans, you better sit down for this one because the landscape of our defense might be about to shift in a way we never thought possible. We are talking about a move so massive it could redefine what it means to play in the trenches for the monsters of the Midway. There are whispers, then there are reports, and then there are absolute bombshells that change the trajectory of an entire franchise. This is one of those moments. We have been waiting for Ryan Poles to make that one defining move on the defensive line, and the opportunity has finally presented itself in the most unexpected way. Do not go anywhere because this news is developing fast, and we need to talk about it. Dexter Lawrence has officially requested a trade from the New York Giants after contract negotiations hit a complete standstill, and the Chicago Bears are right at the center of the conversation as a primary destination for the superstar defensive lineman. This is not just some mid-level player looking for a change of scenery. We are talking about one of the most dominant forces in the entire NFL, a man who disrupts every single snap and makes life a living nightmare for opposing quarterbacks. When a player of this caliber becomes available because he is unhappy with his current situation, you have to stop everything and look at the possibilities. Lawrence is the anchor every elite defense dreams of having, and the fact that he is looking for a way out of New York has sent shockwaves through the league. For us in Chicago, this is the missing piece of the puzzle that Ryan Poles has been searching for since he took over the front office. Imagine a player who commands double teams on every play, freeing up everyone else to wreak havoc. That is what Lawrence brings to the table. But the situation is complicated because trading for a superstar like this is never a simple transaction. It involves high-level draft picks, massive salary cap gymnastics, and a commitment to a long-term vision that could either propel us to the Super Bowl or strap us financially for years to come. The Giants are clearly frustrated that they could not reach an agreement with their cornerstone defender, and that frustration has opened a door that was previously locked tight. We know the Bears have been aggressive in looking for talent, but pulling off a trade for a guy who literally changes the gravity of the football field is a different level of business. Everyone is wondering how the Bears can make the money work given the current constraints, and if the price in draft capital is worth the immediate impact Lawrence would provide. It is a high-stakes game of poker between Ryan Poles and the Giants management. The news that he wants out is the first domino to fall, and now the entire league is watching to see who makes the first real move. But just when you thought the story ended with Lawrence, another name entered the mix that could turn this entire situation into a full-blown defensive arms race in Chicago. You will not believe who else is being linked to these potential defensive upgrades as we speak. Before we dive deeper into this massive trade scenario, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. We are following every single lead on this Dexter Lawrence story to keep you updated. If you love the Bears, drop a like right now to show Ryan Poles we want this deal done. Let's get back into it. Max Crosby is the name that keeps circulating in the background of these elite defensive discussions. And while the focus is on Lawrence, the idea of these two types of dominant forces being available changes everything for the Bears' strategy. But here's the thing. While Lawrence is the immediate target, because of the trade request, the presence of players like Crosby on the trade block landscape suggests that the market for elite defensive talent is more volatile than ever before. We have to consider what Ryan Poles is thinking right now. Does he go all in on the interior dominance of Lawrence? Or does he look at the edge-rushing insanity that someone like Crosby provides? The reality is that the Bears need a game changer, and having these names floating around creates a sense of urgency that we haven't felt in a long time. This is where it gets interesting, because if the Bears are seriously pursuing Lawrence, they are sending a message to the rest of the NFC North that the rebuild is officially over and the window is wide open. The impact of adding a player like Lawrence goes beyond just the stats. It changes the culture of the locker room. It tells every veteran on the team that the front office is serious about winning right now. However, the salary cap is the elephant in the room. We know the Bears have some space, but Lawrence is going to demand a contract that reflects his status as a top 3 defensive tackle in the league. Can Ryan Poles balance the books while still keeping enough room to build around Caleb Williams? It's a tightrope walk. The Giants won't let him go for cheap, and they shouldn't. They'll want first-round picks and maybe even a young player with potential. Is Lawrence worth the price of our future? That is the question haunting every Bears fan right now. When you see what he does on film, the answer feels like a resounding yes, but the NFL is a business of margins. If we give up too much, we might find ourselves in a hole. But if we pass on him and he goes to a rival like the Lions or the Packers, we will regret it for a decade. The tension is building in the front office, and the fans are divided between the excitement of a superstar arrival and the fear of a massive contract mistake. We are at a crossroads that will define the Ryan Poles era in Chicago once and for all. The context of this situation is vital because the Giants have been struggling to find their identity, and losing a player like Dexter Lawrence is a sign of a deeper collapse in New York. For the Chicago Bears, this represents an opportunity to scavenge an elite asset from a team in turmoil. We have seen this story before in the NFL, where a disgruntled star finds a new home and suddenly becomes the catalyst for a championship run. The impact on our current roster would be astronomical. Gervon Dexter and the rest of our young defensive line would suddenly have the best mentor in the game, and the pressure on our secondary would vanish because quarterbacks would have zero time to throw. This isn't just about one guy, it's about the ripple effect. If you put Lawrence in the middle, our linebackers stay clean and can fly to the ball. Our edge rushers get one-on-one matchups every single time. It is a defensive coordinator's dream come true. Looking toward the future, this move would signify that Chicago is once again a destination for the best players in the league. We spent years being the team that players left to go find success elsewhere, but now we have the chance to be the team that stars want to join. I personally feel a mix of pure adrenaline and nervous energy. We've been hurt before by big trades that didn't pan out, but Lawrence feels different. He is in his prime, he is durable, and he is a leader. The risk is there, but the reward is a top 5 defense for the next 5 years. Ryan Poles has been patient, he has hoarded picks, and he has built through the draft. But there comes a time when you have to stop building and start winning. That time is now. If the Bears can navigate the cap issues and convince the Giants to play ball, we are looking at a transformed team. The fan base is ready for a move that screams Super Bowl or bust. We have the quarterback of the future. Now we need the defensive anchor of the future. This is the moment where reputations are made and legacies are cemented in the city of Chicago. The next few days will be the most stressful and exciting time for this organization since we drafted Caleb. We are on the verge of something truly legendary. At the end of the day, this isn't just about a trade request or a contract dispute. It's about the soul of the Chicago Bears defense. For decades, this franchise has been defined by the monsters in the middle, the guys who controlled the game through sheer force of will and physical dominance. Bringing in Dexter Lawrence would be a homecoming for that identity. It signifies a return to the roots of what makes Chicago football special. It's a statement that we will no longer be bullied at the line of scrimmage, but rather, we will be the ones doing the bullying. The meaning of this move stretches far beyond the 2024 season. It's about establishing a standard of excellence that has been missing for too long. We are watching Ryan Poles decide what kind of legacy he wants to leave in this city. Is he the man who played it safe, or the man who took the shot that brought a trophy back to Soldier Field? The choice is clear, but the path is difficult. Now I want to hear from you, the heart of this team. If you were in the GM chair, would you give up 2 first-round picks to bring Dexter Lawrence to the Windy City, or do you think the price is too high for our long-term health? This is a franchise-altering decision, and your voice matters. Drop your thoughts in the comments right now because I'll be reading every single one. Don't forget to subscribe for more breaking Bears updates as this trade saga unfolds. We are witnessing history in the making, and you don't want to miss a single second of the fallout. The monsters of the Midway might just be getting their biggest monster yet. Bear down, and let's see if Ryan Poles has the courage to change our destiny forever.